Chapter 16 Europe in the Middle Ages 476 CE to the 13th, 14th, or 50th century CE, department on whom you ask when the Renaissance began. The Middle Ages in Europe include the age of chivalry, the 1200s to 1400s. This was a time to knight and ladies in waiting of nobles and kings, but it was also a time of hardship for peasant and farmer, and a time of struggle between church and state. Challenge. The Middle Ages began when the Roman Empire collapsed in 476 CE after several groups, including the Franks, invaded. The Germanic-speaking people that dominated modern-day northern France, Belgium, and western Germany. The king of the Franks, Charlemagne, took control of western Europe in 768 CE and united it for the next 50 years. In 800 CE, Charlemagne was crowned emperor of the Romans, the Holy Roman Emperor, by the Pope, and the Kingdom of Europe. He created combined Roman, Christian, and German element. He was a powerful Christian ruler. After Charlemagne's death in 814 CE, small kingdoms formed through Western Europe. These kingdoms were attacked by the Viking explorers and warriors from Northern Europe in what's now called Scandinavia. The Vikings destroyed towns and attacked local army. A new system was needed to bring about order. What result was a European brand of feudalism. The feudal system. The feudal system was a way of organizing economic, political, and military needs. King and nobles, lords, owned land, but gave share called fee to their vassal, lesser noble. The feudal contract was a set of unwritten rules between a lord and his vassal. Vassals were expected to follow the landlord's rule and fight for him. Many vassals were knights. Feudal society was built around warfare. By 1000 CE, feudalism had taken over Western Europe. Kings, nobles, vassals, including knight, serf, thief. In the feudal system, a grant of land to a vassal. In the feudal system, the tenant of lord. The lord protects the vassal, and the vassal promised loyalty and military service in return. Feudal system. Nobles, money and loyalty, land, vassal, military service, serf, food and service. Manorialism. Manors were large, self-sufficient estate with farmland and sometimes whole village. They were ruled by lords who collected tax and harvest from peasants who farmed the land. Many peasants were serfs who were bound to the manor. Serfs couldn't even get married without permission of the lord. They could only leave the manor if they saved enough money to buy their freedom and some land, or if they escaped and survived a year and a day without getting caught. The development of towns. Feudalism declined after the 1200s. Towns and trade expanded. Kings hired the army to protect towns and became more powerful than, say, a group of nobles banding together against the king. A middle class of merchants, traders, and craft workers grew. They formed a guild to set price and keep a high standard of quality for their goods. There were guilds for shoemakers, weavers, and other craftspeople. Guild, an organization of people with common interests or goals. The Crusades also weakened the power of nobles and feudalism. Many nobles went off to fight in the Crusade and maybe didn't come back and gave their land to the king. Nation building. By the 11,000, the empire initially ruled by Charlemagne was called the Holy Roman Empire. The unification of a kingdom throughout the empire led to the idea of a nation building, or uniting a community of people under a single government. All over Europe, larger kingdoms turned into nations with national identity and national government. In Spain, the royal marriage united two powerful kingdoms, and in France, got its name from the Franks. A long line of kings consolidated royal power. In England, the process of unification had begun early. During the Norman conquest, William of Normandy, Duke from France, also known as William the Conqueror, became King of England after his victory at the Battle of Hastings in 1066. William refined the system of taxation and royal court that earlier Anglo-Saxon kings had begun. He gave land to Roman knights and took a census of people, manors, and animals. Around the year 1200, a successor to King William, King John, heavily taxed English people and tried to block the Pope's choice for bishop. His poor decision led nobles to create a Magna Carta, a charter that limited the king's power. Charter, an agreement on right or authority. The king now had to consult a lawmaking council that later became the English Parliament, the Holy Roman Empire. Italy, Swiss, Germany, Belgium, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Czech Republic, Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, Croatia, Slovenia, France, Spain, Portugal, Holland, Denmark. More than a century later, 100 years war between France and England solidified each nation's boundaries and identities. The war, beginning in 1337 and fought over an area of land in France called the Duchy of Gascony, resulted in French victory in 1453. People lived their whole lives at war, did their kids and their kids and kids, etc. Joan of Arc was a young French peasant girl turned warrior whose leadership in battle inspired her French compatriot. Captured by the English, Joan of Arc was tried for witchcraft and burned at the stake. Her death made Joan a martyr and inspired the French to many more victories during the 100 Years' War. Christianity grew even stronger during the Middle Ages. The church had the power to collect taxes and was the largest landowner in Europe. There was a member of clergy in every village, a priest, a bishop, or an archbishop, or in Rome, papacy. People who didn't obey the church could be excommunicated. People were afraid they wouldn't go to heaven after death if they were excommunicated. The threat kept people in line. Compatriot, or fellow countrymen or countrywomen. Clergy, religious leader such as priests who perform religious services. Papacy. The government of the church as led by the Pope. Excommunicated, cut off from church life. The flag. Between 1347 and 1351, one-third of the European population died from the bubonic plague, was known as the Black Death. It was initially spread by a bacterium carried by fleas living on lead. The plague arrived in Europe when Italian merchants returned from the Black Sea in October 1347. By the end of the year, Italy and France have been hit by the plague. It spread to Germany, the Netherlands, England, and Scandinavia by 1349. By 1351, Eastern Europe and Russia were affected. Entire villages disappeared. With more than 15 million people dead, normal life was challenging. The labor shortage led the workers who survived the plague to ask for higher wages. Farmers looked for projects that would require fewer workers, like grazing sheep instead of growing crops. The smaller population caused a decrease in demand for food. Peasants bargained with their lords and were freed from serfdom, agreeing to pay rent instead. The feudal system was greatly weakened. Many people believed God was punishing them. Some accused Jews of poisoning well and causing the plague. This anti-Semitic belief led to attack upon Jews, especially in Germany. Many Jews fled Germany for Poland, where the king protected them. Anti-Semitic, prejudged against Jews. In art and literature, death became a common topic. Historians study painting and poem from the mid-13th century to learn more about the plague.